Hey guys, welcome back to Age of the Geek podcast. It's your boy Chris. We got a lot to talk about with the new Thunderbolts movie and the new Captain America Brave New World. I got a guest with me, so let's get started. Welcome back to Age of the Geek podcast. Make sure to subscribe for all new videos where we talk about everything geek culture. This is my guest Lucky. Hey Lucky, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, sir. Thanks for having me on.
I want to talk about first the new Captain America Brave New World. Not new, the first Captain America Brave New World movie. Have you seen the trailer?
I have seen the trailer, and it's going to be really exciting. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be hesitant to see it because it's not Chris Evans, but I think that Marvel, they're going to stick the landing. I have faith in them. I think they're going to bring it home, and we're going to have a good movie. So
I have faith. It's dwindling, but it's faith. My father is of the belief that it's maybe not going to be that good, but he might see it mainly because Giancarlo Esposito is going to be, it looks like, the main villain of the movie, which he is always a great villain in every movie he's in. I will also say that I am very much going to watch. I'm looking forward to it because I love Sam Wilson, Captain America. He's always been great. He's definitely paved his own way in the comics as far as a leader. He's not Steve Rogers, but he's not better. He's not worse. He is his own man, and he leads in his own way, which I think is pretty good as far as being the next Captain America.
And I like the character Sam Wilson because he's Captain America, but how are you Captain America without the super soldier serum? So it's like, how does he get out
figure it out?
Yeah, like, not to jump ahead, but he's going to face off with Red Hulk in the trailer. How does a guy without super soldier serum battle the Hulk? So I think it's going to be a very much the sun's getting real low situation, and he's going to try to calm him down. And I do think that the new suit is made out of the vibranium. So I think that's
the vibranium suit
absorb the impacts and stuff. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, he even says it in the trailer. You know, Captain Ross, he says, you may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers. So
and I think, plus Anthony Mackie being a great actor that he is, I think he's going to do a very good job at coming across as a good Captain America without having to be Steve Rogers. I will say, when you mentioned the suit, there's one thing I wanted to ask. Did you notice they had two different suits in the trailer?
Yeah, I think one of them carries over from the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yep.
And you could tell that they've changed that suit because it was so much to get him into the headgear and all that. So that's all CG now that it kind of folds out.
Not the hugest fan of the whole Microtech CGI helmet, but I don't think they're going to change that anytime soon. It's much easier for them.
Yeah, and it saves them a little bit of money. Just
a
little bit.
It does.
Well, with time, right? But,
I will say the suit looks a lot like it looks a lot like Captain America 2, like Winter Soldier suit, the very all blue uniform. But the second suit looks straight out of the comic books. I mean, it couldn't be more perfect if they tried it. It's not even leather.
And it's interesting you mentioned that the suit looks like the Winter Soldier because this movie feels like a Winter Soldier movie.
It does. Especially for his first movie.
Yeah. I mean, you have the leader who is, you talked about Giancarlo Esposito. I think the leader might be the main villain personally.
The Hulk leader?
Yeah, from the Incredible Hulk. He's back. So
I hadn't thought of that. Oh, yeah. That would be amazing.
Yeah, so that'll be crazy, and then you got the Serpent Society involved, and that's Giancarlo Esposito coming in and involved with that. So, I mean, there's a lot happening, and you also are bringing in the Celestial from the Eternals,
right?
And they're doing the whole adamantium thing. So this movie is supposed to set up just so many things, and this is Marvel's chance to really stick the landing and show us that things are better.
Right.
And they have to pull it off. They have to.
I really hope they do. I do like how they're already introducing, I don't know if he's going to be Red Wing, the sidekick, or if he's going to be like the new Falcon. I'm
I
hoping
think
it's
he's the
Red
new
Wing.
Falcon. He's the new Falcon.
Yeah, I'm glad they're introducing him because I remember reading about him in the comics for Sam Wilson, Captain America. And he's always been a good like help for Sam. I will also say, unfortunately, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see Harrison Ford uh, as the Red Hulk anymore because he's like 83, I think. So unless they pull a multiverse thing, this might be a one-time Red Hulk scene.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. Because I mean, I do know that Marvel's in talks to figure out with Universal how to make a World
Mhm.
War Hulk movie, and if they do that, it'd be nice to
That would
have
be
the Red Hulk.
that would be yes,
Um,
it would. That'd
so
be an
I think what
amazing
Marvel
movie.
should do, Marvel was smart. They would ask Harrison Ford for
Mhm.
the rights for his CG face on the Red Hulk, and then maybe he
Right,
doesn't transform back to
back into
Thunderbolt Ross,
Ross.
and
Yeah,
they can just use that moving forward. But because it's going to confuse people when they see him, and it's not the original actor. I can't, his name escapes me at this moment,
right.
but yeah, it's not him. So
Oh
it's,
yeah, that actor. I forgot his
yeah,
name. But I know who you're talking about, the original Ross.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate he passed away. But I mean, it's you're bringing in
Mhm.
Harrison Ford, who's also up in age. So I mean, if
Mhm.
something, God forbid, happens to Han Solo, then
Please,
what are you
please
gonna?
don't.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Just replace him again? You just can't keep
Right.
replacing him. So
I know
um,
and it's sad that I love seeing Harrison Ford in almost every movie he's in, and him being Thaddeus Ross fits. I mean, it definitely fits. It's just sad that it might not be, any more than like you said, a CG face and maybe him doing some lines. But if that's all we get, I'm okay with that because I love Harrison Ford and I love Red Hulk. I like
yeah.
how his powers are just that much different from the Hulk's. Like the
Well, if you
whole
notice in the
fire
trailer
thing.
when the Red Hulk hulks out and he's
Hmm.
angry, like, even in the comics, it's very accurate because he has the fire just coming off of him the
Hmm.
angrier he gets. And when you see him like smashing in the trailer, like there's little fires around him. So, they're sticking kind of true to his powers, which is pretty
Which is
cool.
good.
So,
I like that. They've been Marvel's been struggling with that a couple times with like Miss Marvel and a few others where their powers have not been the same. But I'm glad they're sticking to the sorry, glad they're sticking to the Red Hulk powers, which is good because it's just get big, get hot, get smashy. So
yep.
it's hard to go away from that. Uh, I also wanted to point out that Isaiah Bradley, I think that's who that is. It's Isaiah Bradley at the beginning of the trailer, like the first super soldier, like the Black Captain America.
Yep.
I'm wondering if they're. I'm wondering, and I'm hoping because I read the comics when I was a kid and I loved it. I'm hoping that them bringing him back into like the MCU. I'm hoping that that eventually will bring in his grandson, whose name I have just blanked on, but he becomes his grandson has like super soldier serum in his blood just from being the grandson of Isaiah Bradley. I think it's Eli Bradley,
Yeah.
and he becomes like the leader of the Young Avengers, which they have the new Hawkeye. They have some other like kids. They got Miss Marvel, and they have some other kids that might be coming on at
Ant-Man's daughter, Cassie.
Ant Man's daughter. Exactly. They could be building up to a new Young Avengers, which I would love because I used to love those comics when I was a kid.
I think that a Young Avengers would fit best as like a Disney Plus show, maybe.
It would, and
Yeah.
then build that up into like make that the building up into the movies where they come and they help save the world when either the current Avengers or whatever heroes are around fail. Like that could be a great what do they call them? Legacy heroes
Yeah.
story where not the sidekicks, but like the ones that come after, like grow up and show out that they're not better, but they're equal to the people that came before them. I would
Yep.
love that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree.
I'll also say it kind of feels like, and I have it written down here. You said it feels like a Winter Soldier movie. It also felt like. Have you ever seen the movie Olympus Has Fallen
Yeah.
with Gerard Butler?
Yep.
It kind of felt like that to me too, where it was very it's like it's super. I mean, it's an action movie, it's a Marvel movie, but it was very like instantly something happened in the government. The president's being shot at. It just felt like one of those kind of movies where it's like a very much just a one man action hero, which would be fun to see, but I don't know. It felt like Olympus has fallen somewhat.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's gonna be a good movie.
Mm.
I really think that you got to get traction going leading up to Secret Wars and Doomsday. You need to get
Yeah.
you need to get people invested to go.
Mm.
Because as much as the Avengers movies are going to do very well, you're
Mm.
going to make more if these next 3 movies
Do good.
pan out, right?
Do actually good. Yes, I do want to talk about Thunderbolts. I, having rewatched the trailers just a little bit ago, I'm already loving the vibe of Thunderbolts. It's almost like a mix of Guardians of the Galaxy and and the second Suicide Squad movie,
Yeah.
which I love both of those movies, and I love both of those. And I will say that I'm so happy they brought back Red Guardian, because while he was almost as just a joke in the Black Widow movie, the David Harbour is a great actor, and it already looks like he's having so much fun playing Red Guardian again.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the comic relief of the team.
He is.
You know, but I mean, just to see all these, it's crazy, right? Because you have like
Right.
Ghost, you have
Don't call her Taskmaster. That's not my Taskmaster. That's not my Taskmaster. That's
the
no.
MCU Taskmaster.
The MCU, whatever that was. Yeah.
Yelena Belova's coming back. That's always good to see. She's really come into that Black Widow replacement, because like she's pretty good.
I will say the one thing out of the whole trailer was she felt a little too, maybe a little changed throughout the movie, but she felt too laid back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like that scene where she's walking away from the building holding, I think it was a gerbil or something, and was just like, oh wait, building blows up. Yeah, the job is done, and just walks away so casually. It just felt, I don't know, too laid back, but it probably will change throughout the movie. I will say I love seeing the Winter Soldier again. And the MCU, Bucky's probably my favorite character out of all of them. The Captain America movies were my favorites, and Winter Soldier is my absolute favorite movie. So I'm glad to see Bucky coming back.
I'm very curious if he has a new arm, because if anyone pays attention around here, Rocket's got that from Nebula. She stole it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes. It was the black arm that he had, like the black and gold arm from Wakanda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now he has a silver one again.
Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, Sentry's in this movie, and
yes,
they got to do it right? They got to do it right.
When they popped up and Bob in the trailer, I was like, oh, is this like Hydra Bob, the like joke character and like the Deadpool comics? And then the next scene, he's just standing there with like his shirt only has bullet holes and he's fine. I freaked out a little bit, and my father, who was sitting next to me, jumped because I might have screamed a little. It's okay. I even typed it out in all caps, like, oh my god, a Sentry. Like, I can't believe they're doing Sentry. I'm so looking forward to seeing how they do Sentry, because I mean, Sentry being like Marvel's Superman, I love his character. I love how he has that dark Sentry side. I forget the name, and it's gonna bother me until later. But that like dark side of him, I hope they show off. I kind of hope they make him like the bad guy at the end of the movie, and that becomes like a thing for the next movie if they make another one. I can't wait to see Sentry. I love Sentry so much. If you can't,
it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, he could wipe the floor with the Thunderbolts. So
he could wipe the floor with everyone in the Avengers except maybe the Hulk and Thor.
Yeah,
maybe.
But I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how. I think that they're gonna end up working together, because I don't see how they take him out or like contain him. So
right.
It'll be interesting to see how they pull that off. But I mean, Ghost has got capabilities that can help, with the phasing, and But I don't know. Sentry is very OP, so it's very hard
He's
to.
very, yes, with the whole power of the sun, thousand suns type thing going on. He is very much just he is their heavy hitter.
Yeah,
As much as I would like it to be Bucky Red Guardian, if he joins the squad, he will be their version of Hulk. Um,
I will
I'm
give you a hot take here, real quick,
yes,
and this is a very hot take that
okay,
this is going to blow up your chat on this podcast because people may not
okay,
agree with me. Me personally, I'm very little bit excited for this movie because
little
I
bit,
feel like it should have happened before. Because right
okay.
now, like I guess I don't. It's not the movie itself, right? It's
It's the time,
the placement of it because
right?
you have 3 movies till Doomsday. I want to see a
True.
build up to that. So I'm really trying to wrap my head around how
How they're gonna build it
Thunderbolts is
up?
going to lead into that. And
If
maybe they
yeah,
do and they blow me away and I'm like, wow, they are smarter than I thought. But
we can only
I
hope.
see where Captain America is going to lead into that with the
Hmm.
adamantium and all this stuff. And that could restart the Weapons X program and do it the
Right,
right way, like the comics.
right.
Fantastic Four is going to lead right into Doomsday.
Hmm.
I feel like instead of Thunderbolts on this timeline right now, where the
Right.
placement of it, it should have been like a Doctor Strange 3 because he went with
Yeah.
Clara, right? Clea.
Right.
What I forgot her
I
name.
think it's Cleo.
This is gonna be the we forgot their name podcast in a minute, but
Yes, it is. It
we
is going to be
forgot about
exactly
all of
that.
them. But he went with her, and that could have set up like the multiverse thing, and we're leading right
Mm.
into Secret Wars. I just feel the Thunderbolts placement is very off, so I'm not as
Yeah,
excited because I feel like how are you going to sell me on bigger stuff coming up, right?
I may have an idea because I put this as the last thing in my notes for this video. So you know how there's the asterisk in the name Thunderbolts
Yeah,
for the movie? I looked it up just to see if there was anything about it, and it's like, oh, it could be a running gag because Red Guardian kept saying we're the Thunderbolts, and Bucky and Yelena were like, don't call us that. But there's also a possibility where, and maybe this is why they're doing the Thunderbolts now, is with Doomsday being so close to happening, it could be that this is them leading into becoming the Dark Avengers, which is why they have the asterisk at the end of the name. So like Doomsday happens, and like maybe the main Avengers cast has been taken out, or they're somewhere else, and they have maybe Ross will still be around, and they will have to make their own Avengers team again to protect the world, and they bring in the Dark Avengers, which is I think most of the Thunderbolts, including a couple other characters that I think like instead of Hawkeye, it was yeah, it's the Forget the Name podcast. That's what we're doing. Bullseye, and because they're doing Daredevil Born Again, they're supposed to. I think they're bringing him back too. Which, if that's true, they could easily do the whole Dark Avengers thing where they have the bad guy versions of the Avengers dressing up as the Avengers to show off, hey, the team is back, the world is safe. But it's like mostly bad guys. Maybe that's just an idea that I've had, and I really hope that's what they do because I love that.
I will raise you on, and I think that your
Okay.
idea works, and that's what should happen. But
Hmm.
then Thunderbolts and Captain America should have released the opposite way, because then you could have had Thunderbolts they
True.
become like the Dark Avengers. Because in Captain America, Thunderbolt Ross says, "We need to. I want you to recreate the Avengers." So it could have
True.
been like there's
I
these
forgot
other
about that part.
threats that we need to take
Hmm.
care of. So
So it could have been after Doomsday.
yeah, so everyone watching, you may think I'm crazy. What do I know? But the
We can
placement
only
of this is
guess.
just not. Yeah, I'm just a guess. I'm just guessed around. You know, I'm just guessing that this is not a good placement for it. And
Right.
but we'll see. I mean, it still should be a good movie. I like the characters.
Hmm.
I just
It looks fun, which I think after Guardians of the Galaxy 3, we need another good fun movie that has heartfelt moments. So with Cap coming out, and it's going to be probably not super lighthearted, I feel like Thunderbolts could be a good, like, not super funny movie, but, a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more characters that are messed up doing their thing. So that's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to it, is because I'm looking forward to Cap, because it's gonna be dark, it's gonna be gritty, and I think it's gonna lead into a bunch of stuff like you said with Doomsday. But I'm also looking forward to Thunderbolts because I love those kind of movies like Suicide Squad and like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies where you just get a ragtag team together and like crazy stuff just happens and they have fun during it. So I'm looking forward to Thunderbolts, I think, more.
All right, sounds good. But yeah, I'm excited to see where they go because I mean we got big stuff coming. So
Yes, we have some other stuff we're going to talk about in our next episode that I'm very much looking forward to. All right, guys, with those two movies coming out, I'm very much looking forward to them. I know Lucky's looking forward to them. Make sure you tell me what you think will be happening in the comments, especially with Thunderbolts, because I think it'll be an interesting movie for how it's going to be portrayed. So this has been Age of the Geek podcast. I'll see you next week.